On my way home from work, my mom accidentally called me. Her phone was still connected. She was babysitting my autistic son, Samson, and what I heard made me pull over immediately. Samson, let's try again, my mom said gently. I pressed the phone against my ear. When the judge asks you what you say, you answer. Then I heard my son's voice. Dad hits me when I do my hand movements. I felt like my soul left my body. The car swerved, and I had to grab the wheel. Good boy, my mother continued. And why does he hit you? Because Dad hates that I'm different. Perfect. And if they ask about the closet, what do you say? I pulled into a gas station, shaking. Dad locks me in the closet for hours. When I make too much noise, he doesn't let me out until I learn how to be normal. I heard my mother clap. I ended the call. Before she realized I was still listening, I sat there frozen, staring at my phone. My entire reality had just fallen apart. Samson is autistic. He flaps his hands when he's happy. I never asked him to stop, but my mother always said I was too soft. She believed my son needed to be corrected and made normal. I spent almost an hour in that parking lot, trying to think. This time, instead of yelling, I called my lawyer. Before going home, I stopped at Target and bought a giant blue dinosaur Squishmallow, Samson's favorite. In the parking lot, I opened a hidden seam and placed a small recording device inside. Then I stitched it back up. When I arrived home, my mother was in the kitchen. There you are. Samson was an angel today. My blood ran cold. Thanks for watching him, Mom, I replied. Samson ran in. I got down on my knees and handed him the dinosaur. He hugged it tightly and started happily making his sounds. My mother watched him and clenched her jaw. You spoil him too much, Daniel. He's my son. That's my job. For 3 weeks, that Squishmallow went everywhere with Samson, even to his grandmother's house. On the 3rd day, I got my first clear recording. Samson, do the crying part again. You have to cry for real. Day 7 was worse. The judge needs to believe that you're afraid of your father. On day 12, I almost broke down. When they ask about the bruises, say Dad grabbed you too hard. My son's confused voice answered. What bruises? Show them your arm, like we practiced. That night, while giving him a bath, I checked every inch of his body. There wasn't a single bruise. I didn't understand what they were planning. Then day 16 came. I got the recording. That connected everything. Hey, Janet. I stopped breathing. Janet was my ex-wife. I don't think she suspects anything yet. A lawyer said the child's testimony will be enough for you to get custody. Then I heard Janet's voice. Good. I don't want him raising my son like this. Letting him act like some weird freak in public. I started crying inside my car. Janet was the woman who had thrown plates at my head. The woman who scratched my face so badly. I lost vision in one eye, and my mother still defended her. When I left Janet, my mother stopped speaking to me for months. Now the two of them were working together to take my son away. On the day of the custody hearing, the courtroom was packed. My mother sat behind Janet's lawyer, pretending to wipe away tears. Janet sat in the second row, with a serious expression. Call Samson to the stand. My son walked in, holding his blue dinosaur tightly. He wouldn't look at me. The bailiff helped him up, and adjusted the microphone. Samson, Janet's lawyer said, can you tell us about your father? Silence. Then, quietly, Dad hits me. I heard several people gasp behind me. Where does he hit you? Everywhere. Then he started his rehearsed crying. When I do this with my hands, when I make noises, he says I'm broken. My mother wiped her eyes. Janet nodded. And what else does your father do? He locks me in a closet for hours, until I act normal. The judge's expression hardened. I could feel the entire room turning against me. No more questions, the lawyer said. My lawyer slowly stood up. Your Honor, we have evidence that completely changes this testimony. Objection, Janet shouted. My lawyer held up the Squishmallow. This stuffed animal contains a recording device. It was legally placed by my client inside his own home. It recorded 3 weeks of a child being coached. My mother's face went pale. Janet's confidence disappeared. The judge allowed the evidence. He took the stuffed animal and left to review the recordings. 12 minutes later, he returned with a stone-cold expression. First, my mother's voice played. When the judge asks you what you say, then another recording. The judge needs to believe that you're afraid of Dad. Then one after another. The practiced crying. The closet story.